Be careful. He's
and Scott Higgins, both of them coked up out of their minds.
Listen to you. He's down in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I think we should call this the Acement.
The Acement, yes.
Yeah, what do you think there, huh?
I like that. The Acement Studios.
Excuse me, I'm drinking beer. Hold on a second.
We usually drink bourbon on our end.
Yeah,
when we
right.
do the podcast, so
That's all right.
feel free to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You shoot an 8-ball if you want. We don't care, as long as it's good stories.
And welcome to the Acement, everybody. This is Scott Higgins.
And this is Ace Aceto, and hopefully you can hear us correctly.
Yeah, if you listen to last week's episode with Richie Byrne, which fabulous episode, by the way. Richie was a great guy.
Yeah.
We've seen him before perform. We were on the world record
Guinness World Record telethon that raised money for a bunch of a couple of kids charities.
He was a warrior on that.
He was awesome.
Amazing storyteller. So that was such a fun episode. And this was since we've been on Twitch, there have been 2 times. We didn't quite have the settings right where they should be.
Yeah, go ahead, look at me.
No, I said we.
Yeah, no, but I'm the one that brags about knowing how to fucking produce, and I'm the one that screws it up every time. We didn't
quite have things where they should be.
Yeah, so...
And it sounded a little off. But what I did like is at least Richie's was, his part of the audio was very clear. You could hear stories and stuff like that.
We didn't.
You could make out what we were saying through the tin can and wire that was on there, but... the important thing is that you get the content. That's what we want.
We're more concerned with you hearing what the guest has to say than us.
Exactly. So
but tonight you can hear us and the guest, because I figured this shit out. I know where the camera needs to be. I know where the audio needs to be.
Ace has got his production nailed tonight, and just so we don't fuck it up, there's no guest. So. No. We have guests coming.
We have guests
coming. I'm just messing with Ace.
This is one of those weird nights where, like, I'm not lying. I reached out to like 20 people.
It's a weird time of year.
Until like 2:00 today. I was able to get 2 guests to come on and talk a little bit. But I figured, you know what? I said to Scott, I said, all right, last week we had a guest that had an issue. Had a really rough day and totally forgot about it,
which happens.
And he will be back on in a couple of weeks, which will be great. But this week, we were like, I was like, oh shit, we just kind of talked last week, and now we got to kind of talk again. But I was like, you know what? We're on these different platforms, and I love interacting with our audience. So I was like, you know what? Let's do the beginning of it until our guests are able to get here, because they've got some prior commitments. Once they get here, we'll bring them in. But until then, I figured, you know what? Now we have nothing stopping us from being able to get back to our audience. And we figured, hey, you know what? We'll broadcast it to Facebook Live. We'll broadcast it to Twitch, and our guests can come on when they come on. But in the meantime, the audience can ask us questions. So I don't know if there's anything in the chat for Facebook yet.
Not
okay, so if you're listening and you're watching live on Facebook, hey, drop a comment. And if you have a question about guests that you'd like to have us have on the podcast, or questions about comedy, about the behind the scenes on comedy, which is what this podcast is all about.
Comments about your favorite comedy specials.
Absolutely.
Anything to do with comedy, anything about the business of being funny. Feel free to throw that out there.
And our buddy Mike Murray just put something up.
Oh, Murray!
Hi. So thank you, Mike Murray, for being for watching and saying hi. That's awesome. We love Mike, and you obviously have heard Mike on the podcast before. We just got another one. I'll start. Who's wailing on the guitar during the podcast intro? That's a good one. That's a good question.
It's actually, and you know what? I will get the answer for that for next time.
No, but didn't you say you went to like it's like a general clearinghouse for music, right?
There's a site where people can post music that they allow anybody to use. It's totally free to use on anybody's like podcasts or videos or things like that. And the band that did that music is actually from the New England area, and that's why I chose it. Oh, because at the time we were very New England, Boston based comedy. Right. So I said I want to kind of pull from a band that's more from this area to kind of keep it within the theme. And I just love the sound of it.
It is a cool sound.
It's just got a cool.
It was funny on one day. I think I texted you because on one day I was going through Facebook and I was scrolling through, and all of a sudden, you know how there's sponsored ads?
Yes.
And it came up for, I don't even remember what it was. It was like some workout program. And all of a sudden, it hit, and I'm like, holy shit, that's our song,
Yeah, it's called PodSafe Music was where I got it from.
Yeah.
And the name of that track is just called Whiskey.
And oh my God, yeah, perfect segue.
Yes.
And that was before we were drinking.
Yes, it was. Yes,
holy
it was.
Shit. So let's give a shout out to our official sponsor, Jefferson's Bourbon.
Not only delicious, it's also nutritious.
Is it really?
I don't know.
All right, sounds good.
I'm selling myself on
this week because I'm not at Boy Scout camp. I can partake in it this week.
Clinks.
So clinks. So the person that asked the question, Gemini Scribe 68. So it's not one of you two. No, I could probably play the I don't know if I could play the solo.
No,
part.
once he gets into the solo, that guy's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
so.
I could try though. I'll tell you what, we'll try it one week. And that'd be fun to do.
Just if you're interested,
the public domain.
Yes,
and
music at the end.
Yes,
is DC Love Go Go is the name of that track.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
DC Love Go Go. Yeah. All right, so that's our outro music.
That's the outro music at the end. So.
And Mike Murray said his profile pic is his Venmo QR code. So, yeah, great. That's what we love is for people to give money to Mike Murray instead of us, because
I did a show with Mike Murray last week.
Yep.
And I'm not speaking to him anymore because it was one of the best sets I've ever seen Mike Murray have.
Really?
And so I only put Mike Murray on shows to make me look better.
And he crushed you. And did you have to follow? You had to follow?
No, he went last, luckily.
Yeah.
But he blew the roof off the place, awesome. And everybody loved him. And I'm like, fuck Mike Murray. I'm never booking him again.
Taking his shit off. And Gemini Scribe 68 says, try it on Ukulele Ace. Oh, that would sound pretty cool. I will try that. All right. For the next show, I will try that.
You could do that for the opening into, well, I want to fuck your sister.
As a call back to our friends at Wicked Funny Podcast. Awesome. Hey, listen.
Let's bring our guest.
I am going to bring our guest because one of our guests is here. Although it looks like he's standing up now over a ceiling fan. I don't know if he's going to the bathroom. Before I bring him in, I just want to make sure he's okay to come on. So I'm going to wait until he gets settled. Oh, he's giving us a thumbs up. Right. I got a little scared because I thought he was taking us in the bathroom. This is a guy, we fucking love this guy. And we've brought him up a bunch of times. He's been on. He actually named our, he called it the magical beer fridge. This is way back when we were doing the podcast in my garage before we froze the shit out of our guests.
He was on our most famous episode.
Yes, it was. So we're going to talk about that.
It's a bad gig when.
Yes.
He was on that episode.
Which actually, we thought about it the other day. We were like, maybe we should replay that episode or re-release that episode.
Yeah, because we have a lot of new listeners.
Yeah.
And we've gone back and referenced it a number of times.
But it might be nice.
It might be good to bring that one back so that... Yes, as kind of a bonus episode, so new people can listen to it and see what we're referring to when we talk about all those bad gigs.
and hear how the process went. Yeah. How we came to those parameters of it's going to be a bad gig when. So we'd love to welcome to the Behind the Funny podcast, the comedy barbarian himself, Mr. Mike McCarthy. Mikey!
What's happening, kids?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. My softball team lost, but
I'm sorry, man.
Look at him.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We gotta make him bigger.
He's in podcast game mode. He's got
the fucking shit under his eyes. He's like, I'm ready to go, kid. There it is. There it is. You know it's going to be.
He's not fucking around.
Actually, you know what's funny? I don't know if we got to talk much about it when we had him on his episode. We definitely didn't talk about it when we were talking about the funny bad gigs. But are you gearing up for this season, buddy? For the YouTube it's fucking hardcore kid.
The boss.
I'm starting to get a little geeked. Actually, the Red Sox are doing so good. I got to.
You pull it out for them. Yeah.
Hey, well, while I was waiting for you, this new kid, Duran, just hit an inside the park home run, a 2-run inside the park home run.
Oh, really? Nice.
They're up 4-1 on Toronto right now.
That's awesome. We know that excites you.
Now, do you have the energy to stay up for these games now that you're vegan?
I am not vegan.
It'll last a week.
I'll be right back.
Hold on. He's probably got a steak in front of him.
I had to bring it
pull
up.
out a steak right now.
I had to bring it up. Now,
so just my audience.
So people know Mike is actually a very good grill chef.
Yes.
Mike has posted pictures of like chicken parm sandwiches that will make you drool. Steaks.
And you always know when it's leg day because it's big fucking steaks.
Yes,
big. That fill the
He's
plate.
posted some pictures of some meat.
What
That's
is that?
fantastic.
What is that?
Is that one of those veggie burger things
Is that a
you
chicken
posted a picture
patty?
of?
This is fake chicken.
Are you going to throw it against the wall or are you going to eat it?
That's rough, dude. It's rough. I was vegan for a week.
I love it.
I won that easily. My daughter asked me to go vegan for a week and then vegetarian for the rest of the month.
Okay.
I got cursed out because I was on Martha's Vineyard and I got some bang bang cauliflower as an option.
Yeah.
There was something on it that my daughter was like, "Oh, that looks so sketchy like cheese." I found out
it's not technically vegan, right?
Right.
You can't have cheese. Oh, dude.
Right.
Nothing that came from an animal.
I don't know how they do it. You can't have honey.
Right.
It's just
honey. Really?
No. You can't do that to the bees.
Right.
Oh,
the bees make the honey. We're not squeezing the shit out of them for it.
Nothing that was made or came from an animal.
Oh my God.
Don't make me psychopath rules. I just gave an opportunity for psychopaths to enforce them on me.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
You can't have Caesar's dressing because it's got a little bit of Parmesan cheese in it. It's buddy.
Wow.
You can't have butter. You can't have real butter.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to go to margarine.
I made it a week, and now we're on to I think day 17 or 18 or whatever and stuff. And I gotta be honest, man, I don't see a big difference. I feel a little better, I guess. I'm the same weight. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, and it's also leg day. There's a place that makes a really mean Portuguese steak in Fall River.
Yep.
Gonna be tough.
Yeah. Might be breaking. Yeah. Mike Murray just put up that he's vegan, which we all know is absolute bullshit. Mike Murray was never vegan, even when he was doing his keto diet.
Yeah, he was doing the keto thing. He wasn't. Yeah. I got roped into this on a beach when I was drunk.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, this is an awesome sunset. You know what, Dad? I want to see a lot more sunsets with you. You should go vegetarian for a month. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea.
I love you. Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Come back here. I found out she's eating pizza while she's telling me I shouldn't have cheese on it.
That's awesome.
Mike Murray wouldn't be vegan if it was deep fried in chocolate sauce.
No. Gemini Scribe says, I'm vegetarian, but vegan is tough. I need cheese and seafood every so often. Yeah.
Well, that's not vegetarian then. That's pescatarian. Not
do that this week. This week I was going to do some fish.
Yeah. Well, especially during the summer, you have to be able to enjoy some lobster. Yeah, that does not look appetizing at all, Mike. And I'm sure that's even cooked and prepared, but it still doesn't look appetizing. Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Did you see the steaks that I put online?
I usually see the steaks that you put online. I haven't seen them recently.
I did. I saw Mike.
I put the fake steak, and it was just me eating it. And someone goes, "You didn't stay on long enough for us to hear your reaction." The reaction was just me eating it and just the sadness. You can just add me on Facebook. Well, I don't know how much more I get left of this.
Gemini says, I can't say I'm a pescatarian with a straight face.
Yes, I know.
So I say vegetarian. That's awesome.
I
love
get
it.
it. I get it. My
Yeah.
daughters went through a phase of this during college where
Mhm.
they went from vegan to vegetarian to pescatarian, and now they're back on steak and bacon.
Yeah, well,
Which, thank God.
my 17, almost 18-year-old daughter was telling me today, oh, yeah, I was talking to my friend who's vegan, and they were giving me all kinds of ideas. I'm like, listen, honey, I'll make whatever you want, but you got to give me a shopping list. I can't just guess at what the fuck is vegetarian or vegan. You
Just
know?
like Mike said, psycho rules.
Exactly.
Ace, you don't want that psycho. You don't want that list. You don't want the vegan list. I don't even use it as a joke, but I go,
Yeah.
daughter and my wife have gone vegan, which means that I have gone fucking broke.
Yeah, it's more expensive than buying a steak, right?
The Impossible Burger at Burger King is $13 with fries and a Coke.
No, is it really?
$13. The place right next door to it, I can get a pint of clams.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And if
Hold
you
on.
look at the nutritional value of the Impossible Burger, there's more fat and calories than a regular burger.
Mike Murray is talking shit. Hold on. Mike's steaks are the only thing he cooks that looks great. He kills it with steaks. All else he fails short. We love his leg day because we're gonna see a great steak. All right.
Talking about?
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Rules the earth. My wings are fucking fantastic.
Mike Murray only shows pictures of shit that he's bought at a restaurant.
I'm gonna try and send Mike Murray the link so he can come on.
Yes.
Since he's talking smack. Yeah, it's wicked hardcore.
Yeah, I think
Hold
Murray
on.
needs to come on.
I'm gonna invite Mike Murray right now.
Yes,
'cause
invite
he's
Mike
talking
Murray on.
smack.
Tell him to put
Hold
down his
on.
New York system wieners and fucking back it up.
There you
Hold
go.
on. Here he comes. Hold on. Let's invite him. All right, come and talk some smack.
Yeah, I think it's time for a throwdown.
Who else are we waiting for? Waiting for is Johnny Parada going to make it? Or?
No, Johnny couldn't make it, but Mary Ellen is going to be on. So yeah, well, we wanted to kind of talk about because this was, it's a different, it was kind of this was a weird date. Like we've been filling dates, no issues. This was the one day absolutely no one was available. So first of all, we appreciate that you were able to make it on after a softball game. Oh, Mike Murray says he's not dressed.
Games will wear you out, man. The big old fat guy sitting on a bench and hitting 4 times.
Yeah.
They run for me. You know what I mean?
But what we wanted to do is we wanted to talk to comics. Now that we're kind of, I don't want to say the pandemic's over, especially in light of, there are certain areas where it is spiking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to make light of that.
But we're seeing things open up and shows are coming back around. And...
All the shows I've done have been packed, dude. I was at Mohegan Sun all last week. Shows were jammed, dude.
Really?
And I don't know if you're noticing it, but these crowds are loving being out. Loving being out.
Besides, there was one crowd in Worcester. Didn't love me.
Really?
They loved being out.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was it?
The Attic.
Oh, the Attic. Yeah. Is that a John Tobin thing?
Yes.
All right. Oh shit. We got a special guest who just popped on who must be watching. I love it. So hold on. We're gonna welcome our buddy Frank O'Donnell, who hasn't been on in a while. This is like a Periwinkle's reunion.
Holy shit.
Oh, you asshole. Wait a minute. Mike Murray, you
piece of shit.
You got me excited that it was actually Frank O'Donnell and it's Mike Murray on his phone.
Oh, you got him good.
You suck. You got me all excited that Frank was coming on, you dick. Look at him. Look at him. Does your face even fit in this anymore?
Here's the best part of that. I remember me and Scott Higgins and Calvin Duch were doing a shit show in Woonsocket or something like that.
Yeah.
Literally 5 people.
Yeah.
Only 2 of them were watching, and a 4 or 5-year-old kid walked up to me during my set and shot me in the head with a Nerf gun.
Yep. True story.
Really?
True story.
Hey, wait, my set was so bad. I ended it with Please follow me on my website, acecitocomedy.com.
He did. Oh, he did. He did. Hold on. I got a banner just for you, Mike. Hold on. Here's the new. For the audience that isn't watching, but you're listening weeks later, it says Fat Mike Murray is back. Dude,
Oh my God. Look at
stop laying down. It's making you look worse.
Hey, I tell you, this camera adds like 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, just your eyeballs.
It's the camera. It's the camera. Oh, my God.
Hey,
it's
listen,
ridiculous.
let's get back to the reason why I was put on this thing right now is because Mike, your steaks are awesome. Everything else looks like slop. I'm just talking for the people.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to take this from this nonsense from someone who doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah, right?
Star Wars,
Yeah.
the worst
Everything
movie.
you say after I don't like Star Wars doesn't matter. It's like, I don't like Star Wars. Then no one can hear this. Womp, womp.
Another reason to love Mike McCarthy.
Another reason about Mike McCarthy, exactly. Mike, did you watch both seasons of Mandalorian?
Oh, of course I did, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Dude, how about the end?
Awesome.
How about
I
the
can't
end?
even-
Fantastic. Amazing. Fantastic.
All right, hold on. I got to mute Murray. Hold on.
Is the man
Yeah, there it is. I just
I
muted
just
him.
watched Captain Fat. Keep
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, keep
Because he
talking.
can't hear anyway.
Look at him. Speaking of Jabba the Hutt. Mike, you should watch Star Wars just to see your cameo.
Hey,
Empire Strikes Back.
I said, Chris, is the Mandalorian about a guitar or something like that?
Yeah, it's a Mandalorian.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
fucking idiot.
Yeah. All right. Keep talking. You make yourself look dumber and dumber every minute.
Hey, listen, I gotta go do something other than this.
Oh,
And
Oh yeah, you look very busy in your backyard right now. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Mike, it's always a pleasure to see you. You know I love you.
I love you,
Really,
kid.
Truly, I do wait for leg day. When I see that steak, I know it's leg day, and I'm gonna come share a steak with you next time. All right?
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah.
Good for me.
And by share, he means he's going to eat it all.
He's going to leave the bone for you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Hey, listen, if any other comics are watching this right now, feel free to pop in. Drop a comment either on Facebook or on Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. Shoot us a text, and we'll bring you in. This will be fun. It'll be just like a rotating comic, comic thing.
absolutely.
That'll be awesome. So you tried the vegan thing. It didn't work out. But what we started talking about right before Mike Murray coming on was, things opening back up. And it's got to feel good. I know it feels good for me. I've got at least 4 fundraiser groups that have reached out to me, past clients that want to get something on the books in the fall. I'm going to be up at Headliners, a comedy club up in Manchester in a couple of weeks on Saturday. So it feels good.
Oh.
What are you planning another tour? Because Mike, for those that don't know, Mike is part of the Irish Comedy Tour.
Yeah.
And you guys go out every year. Are those guys putting together that tour again?
Oh yeah. We're gonna be. I'm not sure where the exact place. I know we're gonna wind up at the Wilbur in Boston every year.
Sweet! That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice, dude. It's nice to have everything back. I mean, like the places are packed. You feel like a comic again.
You're right.
I mean, I did 5 shows last week, and it just the feeling you have when you wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, I worked on my act all this week. I feel like a comic, hanging out with comedians." I mean, it was great. I hosted the last Comic Standing show, so I hung out with a bunch of comics, like some people that I knew, some that I didn't. But being back and the whole vibe is fantastic, man.
Yeah. And just like you said, what I've noticed, and we've talked about it on a couple of other episodes, is people they're enjoying it. They're appreciative.
Yeah.
Outside of that one crowd in Worcester, they're appreciative. They're more. I don't know how to explain it. They
getting offended. Right before the whole thing, they were very touchy.
Yep.
And I think they backed off that a little bit. because I know a lot of comics are open. You know, they mention. I know Donnie Zolo does. I say it. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, the last year hasn't taught us anything.
Right.
Live life and not be offended. And
Right.
You gotta really enjoy your life because you never know how quickly it'll be taken away. And then crowds go, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a better time.
They're appreciating it more. So a couple of people just threw in some comments. Ray Bro goes, Murray hasn't posted a salad pic in a long time. That's how you can know when Murray is gonna fucking balloon like a tick, because he doesn't post salad pics. But he's not going to post a Popeye's fried chicken sandwich because he knows that won't get him liked.
Well, he did post a big barbecue platter the other day. He goes, I found this new place. It was awesome.
It's a place down the street from here. It's a Brazilian barbecue.
It was barbecue and coleslaw and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But, I had said to Bill Simus when he was at his thinnest, Bill goes, can you believe how much weight he lost? I said, don't worry. He's still got at least one good fat.
One good fat. Yeah, right.
And here he is ballooned up again. I knew he couldn't sustain that.
And then
hasn't posted a salad pic in a long time.
Hey, our buddy Vin Jack Voney just posted. He said, just sent Mike a video, meaning you. Rogan and Greg Fitzsimmons were just talking about him on Joe Rogan Experience. Yes, so that's awesome, man. You got mentioned.
Well, I got to go then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're too late for this podcast now.
Rogan will be calling you in a minute now.
They've been fantastic, man.
Bill Burr recently mentioned Paul Nardizzi and Steve Bajork. Steve Bjork about he would talk about doing the Aku in Worcester when he was new, and he'd walk in and he goes, and you'd see all these new guys would get up on stage, do their sets, and he goes, you knew the minute an experienced guy walked up on stage because you'd see these guys like Paul Nardizzi, Steve Bjork walk on stage, and just the confidence, and they would just kill the room instantaneously. They take over the room, and you're like, how do you get like that?
Right.
And that's what
you guys remember that feeling, right? You remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I still have it at times now, Mike, where you see a guy that just kills a room, and you're like, God, to be that good for the whole set. I can do it in bits and pieces, but I don't know if I can do it for 45 minutes.
Like Kevin Knox was the first guy I saw absolutely destroyed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
45 minutes, I'm like, start to finish.
And he made the crowd love him within 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Within 30 seconds, they loved him.
I mean, we have talked.
How you guys doing? All right, you guys out to have a good time?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks. This guy I'm bringing up to the stage, your host, you're going to love him. He's a madman. Please welcome to the stage, Kevin Knox. It's fucking
yeah, exactly.
Dude,
he took a bunch of comics have done that whole thing, but he did a whole different take on introducing yourself. Yep. Yeah.
We're going to move on. My wife wants to go to bed, and I'm in the bedroom, so.
Oh, all right. Good night, Mrs. McCarthy.
Sweet dreams.
Shout out on the podcast, honey.
She's like, go back downstairs with your fucking your banners
into the cave.
Yeah, back into the cave. So we started talking about it before, but for those that don't know, Mike McCarthy has a very, very popular YouTube channel, and it's Boston Barbarian Sports Minute, and it's a hilarious take every week, or 1 or 2 times a week, just talking about whatever's going on in sports. Usually it's a lot about Patriots. It's more active.
Boston sports.
Yeah, but it's Boston sports, but it's more active during Patriot season, during football.
I would say that's
season.
100% right.
Yeah.
Well, and Mike, you got to tell the story how you actually got invited, to do it in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. Yep. All right, now we're back in the cave.
Now he's back in the cave. You could see it. You could see the cave. Look at that. Lighting, the banners. I love it. I love it.
Because you told me the story one time before. I think you might have told Ace and I, but I don't know that you told on the podcast about how you got a little trip to Tampa to do your sports minute.
Brother, he's one of my buddies now. This guy, Bernie Monroe, he's the president of the Southwest Florida Patriots fan club.
That's right.
He saw the video and got in touch with me, and he flew me down to Tampa. And he goes, "You guys you'll appreciate this." He goes, "Yeah, we'll just do we'll do like 2 shows. We'll do one at the hotel because everyone's flying down. We're all gonna stay at the same hotel. We'll do one at the bar, like before we head out to the game.
Yep.
Then we'll do one in the parking lot. And I go, yeah. See, the one in the parking lot, I don't see that being a big comedy spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll just do the one at the hotel. So of course, I take everybody at their word. I fly down, get to the hotel, see them. We go down to the bar, and Scotty Lombardo was there. He did a little bit of time. I did a little bit of time. They were kind of paying attention. It went great. And then we go to the stadium, and they pull out this fucking stage. And I'm like, nope. And sure as shit, they tried it, and it was an absolute fucking horror show. All I got guys to fill the time. Scotty Lombardo went up there, and he did like 10 minutes. Then some other psychopath that actually owns a bar, a comedy club, Coconuts Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah.
He owns the bar where it's at, and he's crazy. He's from Fall River, and he's drunk, and he wants to go up and sing songs about Tom Brady. And I go, look, listen, we got to kill 15 minutes. There's going to be someone on stage dying a miserable death. Might as well be him instead of me.
Yeah, right. Great.
No one's going to make a parking lot of Tampa Bay fans laugh about Patriots jokes.
Right.
So this guy went up and he sang like, I forget what the jingle was, but it was horrific. It was so bad.
Yeah.
People were like tossing fruit from. Yeah. And I'm sitting with the guy that put it all together, and he goes, you did say this wasn't a good idea. I go, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
No. I don't know much, but I know that we shouldn't be tailgating.
Well,
thousands of other people and trying to tell jokes while people are screaming and blaring music or whatever. So I went up, I did Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, and said, "Let's go Pats!" And I go, "That's it." And they were cool with that. They gave me my money. I got a free ticket. It was all good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it's funny that you bring that up because that's just that was the genesis of that episode we did with you and Johnny Parada, talking about it's going to be a bad gig when. And I can't tell you how many times we've talked about that episode with our guests, because whenever we ask people about the funny bad gig story, inevitably it fits into some category out of the 12 categories that we ended up coming up with that night.
Yeah.
It's always, let's do it outdoors. Let's make it a surprise. Like the audience isn't going to know that it's a comedy show.
There's no sound system.
There's no sound system.
It's in a sports bar where the TVs are muted, but the game's left on.
Exactly.
All the things we came up with that night have been quoted, dozens of times on this show.
Oh, yeah, we talk about the sound system and stuff like that. And the worst part is when you tell people it's going to suck, and then it sucks, and they look at you like, hey, man, I'm sorry. It's like, if you listen to me.
Right.
I'm not sure if the podcast was before this, but the St. Patrick's Day before COVID, we did a show outside on St. Patrick's Day, like at a beer tent.
And a beer tent. Oh, yeah, those will go good.
At 4:00, and everybody was hammered out of their mind. And we told
because they've been drinking since 11 a.m.
It's St. Patrick's Day. It's outside in the sun in Florida. It makes no sense whatsoever. Right. So we tell the guy, we don't want to do it. We tell our manager we don't want to do it. The manager talks to the guy. He offers us ridiculous money. He offers us like $1,200 each to do one show on St. Patrick's Day. We still say we don't want to do it. It's a year away. We still go, fuck no, you can't believe it. He's like, what? Like, no, man, this is going to suck a bag of dick.
Yeah.
It's going to suck. And we can probably get maybe half that money, but be in a theater and you know what I mean?
Right. Or a nice venue. Yeah, right.
We have to think about this shitty show that we're going to do. You know what I mean? So our manager said, well, you're doing it. It's crazy. Okay. Now he's going to give you 15. So 15 each. So we go to the show. The first 2 people got a guitar player and a leprechaun playing the fiddle.
No.
Of course. What else would it be?
Leprechaun with a fiddle.
A leprechaun playing a fiddle and a guitar player from Ireland. Derek Keane, don't you know? Here's my leprechaun Damon right here. And they do okay. You know what I mean? They're singing songs.
Yep.
So they bring up the first comic. This guy, Derek Richards, the guy that invented the Irish Comedy Tour. He goes up there, and it's fucking brutal. Like, inside of seconds, they've lost complete interest. And he's a very funny comic.
Right.
So he's like, hey, what's going on? Or whatever. Shut off. It was like fucking click. So he's going on. He's got to do 30 minutes. And I go over, and the guy that owns the place, this fucking monstrous bald guy, this guy Shannon. And he goes, well, no one's paying attention. And I go, no. And he goes, you guys all told me this.
Yeah.
I go, yeah. And he goes, and I really pushed it, huh? I go, yeah, you really did. But, I go, and he looks at me, he goes, hey, you know, buddy, you don't have to go up there. I go, what? He goes, you don't have to go up there. I'll pay you guys. Go ahead and tell Derek he can get off stage. So I walk up to the front and I give Richards, mind you, I'm the one that get him off stage. He's been on stage for like 6 minutes. I walk up and go like this, toot, toot, toot. And he's looking at me and he's pretending, he's like, what's up? What's up? Like, dude, first off, no one's listening to you. You don't have to pretend you're not talking to me.
Yeah, right.
You and I are the only ones involved in this. I appreciate you going, what's up? What's up? Trying to keep your eyes up, just, buddy, you can go like this. They don't care. So you can get off stage. So he gets off stage, and the other two go up and they're singing a song. He goes, what happened? I go, Shannon said we don't have to continue the show. It was such a bad idea that we don't have to fucking do it. You're done. I'm done. They're going to sing one song and get out. And this motherfucker kid goes, oh, you're going up there.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's like, if I had to go up here, you're going up here.
He's like, fuck that shit. You are going up on that fucking stuff. I'm like, what are you, buddy? I could have let you stay up there for 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. I just saved you.
I saved you. I got you off. He's like, fuck that. He goes, so I did. I went up and I did the Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, and then fucking the Irish girl. You know what sunburn is? God's way until the Irish get back in the pub.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Fucking goodbye. And we walked out of there. And still, I felt like shit for taking the money. And I would have rather have done a show at like a theater, man.
Right.
You can't tell people that it's not going to work sometimes. It's like, I've been doing this 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know an outside gig.
But you know the problem, Mike, is when we as comics bring that up, like, look, this isn't going to work. We get labeled, oh, that guy's a prima donna, or he's not good enough to fucking, to do comedy. And it's not that. It's that there are certain situations you can't do comedy. I don't know how many times I've said on this podcast, comedy is not a passive entertainment form.
No.
Like,
it's not in the background.
And this is nothing against musicians, but music is a passive entertainment form. If you're playing an acoustic guitar and singing, people don't have to listen to you while they can still talk while you're talking. Right. It's perfectly acceptable.
It can be in the background.
And then at the end of your song, they go, oh, great job. You can't do that with comedy. Your comedy isn't going to be good. If you don't hear the setup, then you don't understand the punchline. And then all of a sudden you go, well, this guy sucks. Well, you didn't hear the fucking setup. You don't understand the joke.
And during the episode that we had you on, Mike, when it's a bad gig when, it was you that said it, that as comedians, we don't need much. We really don't. We need a focal point. We need a microphone. The spotlight is the focal point. We need everyone's attention, which means turning the lights down, turning the TVs off, everything like that. Right. And then we'll do the rest from there. But the things we need are so essential.
Right.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But give us those few things, we'll put on a great show.
Yeah, I just did Awakenings with Bill, and he was Billy Simons was leveling the place.
Yeah.
The microphone went out. And he handled it like a pro, but I mean, have you been to the place? It's a big crowd.
Yeah.
But all the way in the back, and Billy projects really well.
But it's still a lot of work. Right.
It's still a lot of work.
Yeah.
When that microphone went out, dude, he lost. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I couldn't hear. He was speaking with such authority. Everybody was hanging on every word. And I mean, to his credit, he projected for like, I would say 3 minutes. Then they gave him the microphone back.
Right.
As soon as the microphone back, people snapped up like, okay. But if you can't hear what's going on, dude.
Right.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. I had that happen.
That happened at the Bradley.
I had that happen at the Bradley Theater one night.
Wow.
We had a wireless mic that went out. We had a wired mic as a backup. So I grabbed that quickly, but the wired mic was out. So I had to do it a cappella for 10 minutes while the sound guy got the wired mic working. That's what we ended up using. But I'm sitting there for 10 minutes just stalling because I don't want to bring the next guy out, which was Dan Crone at the time. Very funny.
Dan's so loud.
Very funny comic, you know, and yes, you got to be able to hear him. But I don't want to put anybody else that's on my show in that position. So I'm going to stall for time as much as possible because I want to put them in the best position possible.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That would be really difficult to walk out when it happens to you on stage. We've all been there, but to have somebody go, listen, we're not going to have this thing anymore. So come on.
Right. Right, exactly.
Yeah, you know, so obviously you're doing what you can. You're making fun of the situation. I'm projecting the voice. You know, I'm doing all this other stuff. And finally, they get the mic back. So I do a couple of minutes with the microphone to kind of let the room settle back down. And then I bring Dan out, and the rest of the show went fine. But man, my voice was hurting after that because you know that room. That's 400 people to project into a room like that. My voice was shot. My voice was shot.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt because this is a good conversation, but all right, we did have a guest, but now she disappeared, and now she's
she had to get a snack.
Oh, she had to get a fucking snack. Oh yeah, we're gonna bring in our friend Mary Ellen, my grandma, Mary Ellen Depetrillo Rinaldi. Hold on,
the queen of my sexual fantasies, Mary Ellen Depetrillo.
Oh, hey, Mary Ellen. This is like a smorgasbord of guests. I fucking love this night. This is awesome.
Even though we didn't have the real Frank O'Donnell, we're still having kind of a Periwinkles reunion.
Yeah, we are having a Periwinkles reunion. This is awesome. Mary Ellen is here. Mary Ellen, say hi to Mike McCarthy.
I'm so excited to see you,
buddy.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
You look like we're following you on Facebook and Instagram and all the other stuff. And
she's eating all the steaks.
No. I decided, okay, because, I'm selling my house. So the realtor said, oh, can somebody see the house today? I'm like, sure. So I leave. And I decide I'm going to go to Warren to go to that blunt place. No, not the blunts.
I didn't think they were selling those in Rhode Island yet.
Neither did I.
You still had to go to Mass.
Just drop a blunt comment?
Yeah, right. Yes, she did.
I'm so serious. My real estate agent was here, and I decided that. I was like, you know what?
I needed a blunt.
Real estate agent is code for pot dealer.
Yeah, right.
We drive to Warren, Rhode Island to get the chowder and clam cakes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm driving home, and I'm going to be home perfect time. They have from past Warren on 195 all the way through to Providence, 2 lanes are completely blocked off. No reason. Nothing. There's nothing. There's
no construction. Nothing.
Miles and miles of going 3 miles an hour. Now, if I could understand how to use my phone.
You would have done it. You should have done it from the car, right?
Is she really doing 195 in Providence traffic bits?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You realize Mike Sheridan passed away a month ago, right? Poor fucking guy. And you're trying to jump in his grave.
There was cone after cone after cone. I'm talking 5 miles. No, I was waiting for some construction because I was going to jump out and go, are you kidding me? Really? There was nothing. It just ended. Once you get on 95, you know how you go on 95 split north or south?
Yeah.
95 south, the cones just ended.
It was fine. Right.
It was a nightmare.
You remember Kevin Flynn?
I wanted a lobster sandwich.
Hope it was good.
What'd you say, Mike?
I said I hope it was good.
No. Didn't you say something about Kevin Flynn?
Oh, yeah. You remember Kevin? He had a joke about that. He's like, you sit in traffic and you're like, oh, there's an accident. I hope everybody's okay. And then all of a sudden, an hour goes by. You go, I better see some fucking dead nuns up here.
Yeah.
I was looking for. I said, I want to see some action.
Wasn't it Joey Yannetti that used to do a thing? He goes, oh, it's so great to be here in Rhode Island where your state flower is the traffic cone.
Yes. That was Yannetti.
That was his thing whenever we come to the connection in Providence.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So Mary Ellen, before you start fucking texting people,
I'm a busy woman. I'm selling a house.
I know. So tell us what's going on. Because now here's the funny thing. I want to move to Florida, Mike has actually moved to Florida
I
before.
want to move to Florida again.
And you want to move again. Well, Mary Ellen's moving to Florida, and I still got like 7 years before I could do it. So tell us what made you, like, how did this all happen?
Oh, I can't discuss that on public TV because I'm not supposed to be swearing.
Oh, well, you can swear on this show.
Yeah,
That's
one
all
is
right.
explicit, and thank you for considering this television.
Yeah, I love it. I love how she thinks that this little
public television
StreamYard with 7 fucking viewers is television. We got less. Listen, understand.
We just dropped a 5 on Twitch,
great.
but we got 3 on Facebook.
We have less viewers than Bob's Big Adventure on local cable.
So here's what happened. all right?
Okay.
I am tired of everybody knowing oh my God, I look awful.
That's why I made you bigger. I wanted to get a close up on you.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do more than that, honey. Oh, there you are.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Fat Mike Murray is back. Is Fat Mike Murray?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, sorry, I gotta change that. Hold on, I'll make a banner for you,
Listen,
Mary.
Mike Murray masqueraded as Frank O'Donnell to get on the show.
Yeah, he said he was. He said he was Frank O'Donnell. So hold on.
Yeah, and Ace got all excited.
Yeah, I did. I got all excited.
You didn't even think, how did he get
It was
the link?
Periwinkle's reunion, then all of a sudden Murray comes on.
Well, we're doing I'm doing a farewell show right before I do my comeback. No, here's what I'm doing. Okay. For most of the people who don't know, 4 years ago this month, I had to make a decision and take 4 children that were being removed from their parents' house due to addiction. I put those in my car thinking, okay, people should get their crap together 60, 90 days, but that didn't work out. It ended up to be a 4-year adventure. 2 of my children went back home and we reunited with their mom, which is really wonderful.
That's awesome.
So, and then the other 2 are going back to live in the same house with their grandmother. So,
Okay.
and at that point, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I love the South. I've lived in the South before. I can sell my house and do pretty decent on my house, move to Florida, pay off everything I have, pay my house off, pay my car off, and virtually replace his grandmother. Mike McCarthy, we went to a show in Boston. He was playing, Ace got an opening job in Boston. He's in Boston. We walked into the club together, and this guy, the guy wasn't too sharp. He says to Ace, he goes, "Oh, so good to see him." He turns, he looks at me, he looks back at Ace and goes, "You brought your mother."
Is that true?
He was definitely a little special.
Also the fact that Ace looks like he's 13 years old.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Still to this day.
I know. No, let Mary Ellen, let Grandma finish her story. Are you in a rocking chair, Grandma?
It's way past her bedtime.
I know. We want to let her tell her story. Oh, she's going to open the window because she's having hot flashes.
Come on, Kitty. No, I'm waiting for the other cat to come in because they climb in. Oh, I can't believe how I look.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
no pride. So I'm going to move to Florida. I'm going to an over 55 community. I'm taking my stage, my sound, my lights, and I'm doing.
Because she likes younger men.
Yeah.
No.
Over 55.
Thank you for getting that.
Oh my God, such a dick. She'll get that after we're off the air.
Yeah.
She'll understand.
I'm having a roast. They're going to have a roast. I will do anything.
Yeah, you should have Scott. Oh, that was a great line. I might use that.
What did you say, Scott?
I would love to do a roast.
She's moving to an
over 55 community because she likes younger men.
She likes younger men.
You better shot there.
Oh my God. All right. No, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Seriously, I definitely am. There's a part of me that's going to rest, to really go and rest.
Yeah.
When you take on 4 children, I really want to write a book about it because I want to write a book about DCYF system. I was very lucky. I had amazing social workers. My experience with the kids was amazing. I learned a lot about myself. I learned, and I know you guys are going to be surprised that I'm a control freak.
No.
That's right. I can't believe it. I didn't know it either. Yes.
That was closeted for a lot of years.
Okay.
Good job hiding that from everyone.
Yeah. Or at least hiding it from you because everyone else knew it.
Denial's a very powerful thing.
Yes. Oh my God.
I was like, oh, I'm easygoing. And one of the social workers I work with, she goes, you got to let go. You cannot control these children. I'm like, I'm not a control freak. Yeah. But the realistic is I want to go. I definitely want to write a book about it. I think it's an amazing story. It's an amazing story of addiction. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Get in the house. I'm sorry.
She's yelling at a cat. Okay. With a cat door.
It says
she's
Ace's
opening.
grandma, Mary Ellen Rinaldi, and you're yelling at cats out the window.
And you're literally feeding into the fucking stereotype right now.
Oh, thank you, Mike. That was perfect.
The kids. I'm calling the kids. Not
The only thing you're missing is the fucking moo house coat. That's it. Yeah, go put it on. Go.
Get the hour. But I really am looking forward to it. I moved to Texas.
Awesome.
Where did you live, Mike? Where did you live in Florida?
I lived in Lauderdale and then St. Pete area.
Yeah, I'll be about an hour north of St. Pete. The name of the town is Homosassa, but I'll get that changed when I get there. Don't worry.
She'll get on the town council and go, okay, Homosassa ain't working for me. We got to change this shit.
You sound like a gay Native American. We need something new here.
We're going to call it.
Homosassa Springs is nice.
She's like
where I'm going.
Yeah, it's very nice. It really is.
She'll be like,
where I lived. You know what, Mary Ellen? You'll find it. You'll be able to. You bring your lights and your stage. Just find some places like 55 and older, like Pete Costello's doing right now, and just do shows there. You'll be booked every single day.
Pete Costello in Florida too.
No. He's down here in Plymouth, but he's in a 55 and over place. He's the happiest.
Oh, really?
And he's just fucking doing shows there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And you know what? I love comedy. Ace actually is the one who said that. We were talking, and he said, you're never too. Hold on.
Speaking of old, she's having a hot flash.
She's moving to Florida for the air conditioning.
Yeah.
I've had such a day. If it wasn't for my utmost respect for you guys, and I knew Mike McCarthy was going to be on, I was like,
yeah.
I have not seen you in so long, and I got to tell you, I've been following you and watching you and loving everything you've been doing. Really, really.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Really, I just don't have hair anymore.
I know, but I got too much.
Remember, I used to have hair. Ace used to have long hair. Who else used to have long hair?
I used to have a mullet. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you did.
Scott had more hair. Scott, you're a little.
Oh yeah. Oh, Scott's wife posted a wedding picture. I said,
oh my
God, you married Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, I know, that's what he looked like. But remember Scott, I always remember him going, no, you look like the guy on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh,
That's what I'm going for.
That was him, and that was Mikey Pryor used to say that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Mike Pryor does say that.
Mike Pryor used to say that on his thing.
Maybe it was wrong. It was Mike Pryor was thinking instead of Scott.
Yeah.
Back in the mid '80s, I had the full Bono mullet.
Oh, wow.
The YouTube Bono mullet.
Wow.
Pryor, yeah. He used to
That's
say
impressive.
Yeah.
So what are you planning when you get down there? I mean, you're planning on moving? Are you bringing your Funny for Funds?
I am going to be the hot woman at the over 55 community. I'm planning on being loose.
Oh.
She's going to be the MILF.
Wait a minute. Are you at the over 55 or the over 75 community?
Oh, no, it's very true.
She's going to be at both, so she'll be the hot older and younger.
And younger. She'll be a MILF and a
gilf.
I am bringing my system down. I am definitely going to be working. I think in the beginning, I'm going to spend a few months. I'm definitely going to do the beach. I'm going to do a lot of writing. I really get this book out. I don't know the name of it yet, But I think it's important. I think it's important that people realize a lot of times in foster, they always are applauding when there's adoption, and that's good.
Yeah.
I think that children want to be with their mothers. I mean, these children were children I was related to, who I really adore. But the little 7-year-old, I got her when she just turned 4. I had her she's 8. 4 years I had her.
Wow.
And for 4 years, this little girl always had a little sadness in her face. It was always there, no matter what she did. And when she returned to her mom, I remember looking at her and I said to her, the sadness is gone. And she said, my heart's not broken anymore, Auntie.
That's awesome.
And that is, mothers need to know that, because a lot of mothers give up. They give up. And I'm like, don't give up. And
they don't realize, because they don't always know their own self-worth. And so they don't realize their worth to their kids.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great point. And I want to be able to do something about that. I definitely am going to do the senior citizens communities, because that's almost like a cakewalk.
Right.
Buddy, let me tell you, the places down there, the villages in right outside of Orlando. I did a show there. They filled it 1,000 people. They're maniacs. They're riding around, getting hammered in their golf carts. Dude, the over 55 communities in Florida are amazing. The softball leagues, there are 90-year-old guys playing softball. I can't tell you, I've probably done about 10 of the over 55 places in Florida. They've all been a blast. You're going to destroy it. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah. Mike, isn't it true if you go to the villages, you need a shot of penicillin first?
It is without question. It's a very steady joke in Florida. The Villages is the #1 community in the United States for venereal disease.
Yes. Well, I remember, because I think I've said it on the podcast before. My company made Valtrex, which is for herpes, and the Valtrex rep in Claremont, Florida, which is where the Villages is, was the #1 rep in the country. Year after year.
Well, there's actually on Hulu a documentary called This Side of Heaven that is all about the Villages. Yeah. And it's on Hulu. I watched it recently because my father and my uncle go down to the Villages every year, because my uncle has a place down there. And I called my father up and I'm like, you dirty bastards. Yeah. I know what you guys are doing down there now.
Dude, they embrace that. You show up.
Oh, absolutely.
You show up the first time and they're like, wow. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're crazy.
Proud of that community.
They get drunk. I'm telling you, they take these little golf
carts. Yeah.
It really is kind of the balls. Like, you look at it and you go, so this is where I'm going to wind up.
It's kind of a great life. Yeah.
They're kind of living
time. There's people, that are divorced or widowed or whatever. And it's just friggin' gorgeous. For me, I mean, all the softball and the opportunities. 1,000-seat arena they have.
Right.
Crazy.
I'm right near there. I'm going to be right near there in the Homosassa area.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. There's a company called Bonkers. I know they do a show on Sundays at the Katie Bell.
I'll reach out to you privately. I don't want Ace to know, because he'll try to take the shows.
I'm right behind you, Mary Ellen. I'm not far behind you.
I was talking to Cheryl Vendetti today. Remember Cheryl Vendetti?
Yeah.
You should have her on your show, because she was.
I'd love to have her on. Absolutely.
I love Cheryl Vendetti.
She is so funny. She's so funny. We were talking.
Where is she down there?
She's in California.
Oh, okay.
I will send her a little message, because she's so funny.
Absolutely. Listen, you know what's funny? We had Al Romas on a couple of months ago. Do you know Al?
No.
Al was you know Al, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Big Yankee fan, but still a great guy.
Yes, yeah. He's a Long Island comic. But it's funny, because I said to him while we were on the show, I was like, yeah, my retirement plan is I want to retire from my job. I want to move down to Florida. I want to move just outside of Tampa. And I want to go out like once a month for like a week on cruise ships. And I want to do voiceover work in my free time. And he goes, oh, so your retirement plan is my job for the past 30 fucking years. I go, yeah. You know what? I had to go get a real big boy job. And I didn't get to work and live my dream of being a full-time comic. So I'm going to do it when I retire. Why not?
Yep. Hey, Al was the original 80s, like VH1, Evening at the Improv, that crop of comics. Al was Omnipop Eastside.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. He's got a great resume, and that's
Oh,
exactly.
he's awesome.
He went down to Florida and just went like this. All right. I remember meeting him the first time, and we didn't get along only because of the Yankee Red Sox thing. I love him. I love him now, but he wears that pretty heavy, and I do too. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I know that. I've watched you watch this. I've watched you on Facebook with your daughter, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, the Boston Barbarian Sportsman. It's with his daughter making the cheese.
When they do
recipe.
the cookie show.
Yes,
Cooking.
exactly.
I lost her. She's too cool now. I didn't.
Oh, listen, dude, when we went into the pandemic and I started doing my cooking show, my kids wanted to be on every fucking night. Now I'm like, hey, I'm thinking of doing a cooking show. You want to be on? No, I don't want to do that.
No, my 15-year-old, she looks at me and goes, I need to talk to DCYF. I want to know why I'm still with you. I want to know why I'm still with you. And you yell. You are not like my mother doesn't yell. I want to go. She has you every other weekend.
Yeah, right.
Come to my house in Florida.
It's easy to not yell on a weekend. When I gotta live with your shit every day, I'm gonna yell. I know.
Yep.
I got 3 teenagers.
Here's the house, in case anyone's wondering.
Look at.
She's got housing pamphlets.
Fucking pamphlets on it. That's awesome.
I am very happy. I think it's
awesome.
Time since I've been.
Congratulations! You'll love it. You'll love it.
I will reach out too, because I'm going to be looking for all the leads I can get. Now I'm going to be calling in my favors. Not that I did any favors for you, but still.
No, yeah, we all know.
Oh, don't worry.
We're not right outside of Orlando Bonkers. They have Margaritaville. They got the Something Bell, the Katie Bell and they have a bunch of Orlando shows. Like alleys or whatever, but it's Friday, Saturday work. It's Florida money, but. Yeah, no, I'll put you in touch with Joey Sanfilippo. You'll be all set.
Mikey, who books St. Pete? Do they still do comedy down in St. Pete?
They do. It's Bob Shoemaker. It's Coconut. It's a great room.
Oh, all right. That's the Coconuts room. Okay.
It's classic New York setup, stage, wall. I mean, even the brick thing from when we all started.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
They don't really pay very much, man.
Yeah, but once I get down there, I won't mind because I want to relocate to like the Bradenton area, so outside of Tampa, St. Pete. So I won't mind it at that point. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the Retirement Comedy Podcast.
I know, that's awesome. That's what we should call this, the Retirement Comedy Podcast.
I was going to call it the Rhode Island Comics Association.
Yeah. No, Rhode Island.
That's it, Mary Ellen. Feel free to take over the podcast. Name it whatever you want.
No, we're going to call it the Rhode Island Comics Retirement Party.
Yes. There you go. That's it. There you go.
The Association of Rhode Island Comedians. But Cheryl Vendetti called it. She goes, the I'm too stupid to quit door.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and you know what it is? There's the thing about comedy, and Ace was saying that to me too. You never get too old for it.
No. Look at Don Rickles.
I was just going to say Don Rickles.
Rodney Dangerfield. Look at, we just lost this week. We lost Jackie Mason.
Yes.
And these are all people who literally worked until they couldn't work. It's not a job of manual labor. You can get up at any age and tell your joke.
As long as your mind stays sharp enough that you can still deliver, you can sit in a chair and still do it.
Yeah.
Don Rickles in his later years would sit on the piano stool or sit on a stool on the stage, and still the wit was still there.
Yeah,
the mind was still sharp enough to keep up, and he was still just as funny. So as long as you can mentally still handle it, go for it.
Exactly.
And I'm in a position which I'm just blown away. Going, I really, really will not need to work anymore.
Yeah.
And now to be able to say, you know what, I can do exactly what I love doing.
What we've always wanted to do, right?
Do what I've always wanted to do. And I want to write. And, I never, ever considered myself a writer, but I've journaled this past 4 years of all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the book is going to be funny or not, but some of the stuff I have, I laugh out loud and go, oh my God, I can't believe I even thought of this. I can't believe I wrote it. And
I lived it.
I lived it.
Right.
As long as I think if it comes from the heart, whether it's funny, whether it's, dramatic, whether it's anything, as long as people can feel what you were feeling and you touch people, then the book will do well. That's the most important thing. Is you got to touch people.
You have to connect with people,
right? Connect, with, on a human level.
Yes.
You can, and that's what we do through comedy.
She's for the cat. Look at her.
Her and the fucking cat.
I love
I gotta put Mike on because he's losing his
her and the fucking cat. I'm in the middle of trying to have this real moment.
Yeah,
and you listen to Ellen, and she's like, Felix, where the fuck are you?
Get in the house.
Hey, let me tell you something. The most important part is if it comes from your heart and you believe it, that's going to be the connecting thing. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mary Ellen? Hey, get the fuck in here!
Exactly.
Hey, Scotty. Yeah.
Scotty, we gotta show what you're saying. My fucking cat's outside.
Yeah, sorry, I got this fucking bastard in.
So it was nice having you on, Mary Ellen. Too bad you gotta go.
Yeah.
This is
no.
Good luck in Georgia.
Yeah, right.
Right now, we're going away fundraiser. Mike Murray is doing a fundraiser for me.
Why?
Because I'm going away. I'm leaving.
Again, why?
And then in 6 months she'll be back, and it'll be the Return of Mary Ellen tour.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a fundraiser for that.
Well, I'm gonna tell Murray that I'm moving across town.
Yeah,
so I can do a fundraiser for me.
I'm moving from Killingly to East Killingly.
Yes, I need money.
Yeah, we did a fucking fundraiser for Frank Santarelli because he broke his ankle.
I remember that. Yeah.
Fucking Jimmy Colton goes on stage and goes, "This is for Santarelli's ankle? Hey, can we do one for me? I need a haircut next week." What the fuck?
I love
it. Mike said he's going to do a roast. I'm like, I haven't picked everyone yet, but I'm Mike McCarthy. If you'd like to do it, I'll private message you. I'll give you
this.
Yeah.
Because you're an original Rhode Island comic.
That'd be fun.
We all started like Ace to Scott to you guys, without a doubt, are on my list, my high list.
Oh, no doubt. I just drove by the arcade. I pulled over in Providence looking for something, and I was trying to get some, and I saw the arcade. I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. I mean, it's a whole.
I remember trying to find parking around here and going into the Grog Boy before the show, and then going to the show.
Where was the place down the street, the college bar where everybody partied afterwards?
The Keg Room.
Yeah.
The Keg Room, yep. And then after a while, Periwinkles ended up being above the Keg Room. That was the last version of Periwinkles.
Yeah, that was.
There's a very quick Providence story. I go to Periwinkles with my girlfriend. It's an open mic night. I think it might be Thursday. It might be Eddie Regine, right? Mm-hmm. So my girlfriend drives. She wants to drive. It's a brand new Monte Carlo SS, 1987. They're giving them away. I'm like 21 years old.
Oh yeah.
The car gets stolen. I go outside after the show. Tommy Carter's there. He's a Rhode Island guy. He's like, yeah, we'll go inside, use the phone, call the cops, whatever. So we go inside. I call the fucking cops. Guy shows up. I can't believe what's going on. My girlfriend's like, "Oh, I didn't put the Chapman on." The cop, I shit you not, shows up and goes like this. Goes, "What seems to be the problem?" I said, "Well, my car was stolen." And he goes, "Oh, well, did you look where you left it?" I'm 21 years old, kid. And I go, "No, I live in Massachusetts. Don't you guys move the cars around when we go inside and when we have to go find them?" "Oh, it's not where I left it." And he goes, "Are you joking?" I go, "Yeah, this is a big joke, dude. What's going on? You should ask me where I left my car." Dude, this guy looked at me. He was going to punch me. I couldn't fucking take it. I'm 21 years old. This guy's like 55. He asked me, "Did you look where you left it?" I'm like,
"Yeah."
I'm going to be a dickhead here. I know you got a gun, but I'm going to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, right.
Did you just ask me if I look where I left it? Yeah. No, I didn't think of that. Wow. Like my fifth
Amazing. That's awesome. That's a typical Periwinkles story. Absolutely.
Definitely.
I remember that club because I used to go watch shows there. That was before I started comedy.
Yeah.
And I would go all the time and watch shows there. I went there one time when Nick DiPaolo was hosting the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
he was
the
hosting
beginning
the
right there,
show.
man.
And I remember him going up there and he was just so funny. He was just so funny.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just such a cool place to go see a show.
Yeah.
Dude, all the characters on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
That was Charlie Hall. It was amazing.
I've said it before. You knew you made it at Periwinkle's when your caricature got up on the wall.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna get up for a second because my caricature, the original that Charlie did, is on the wall here. When we did that Periwinkle's reunion, a couple of what was it, 2016? Charlie had pulled all of the original, caricatures and put it up at the Pub on Park, and that was it was just an amazing night. Hold on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right about
Monkey.
You gonna go get the lyrics for "I Want to Fuck Your Sister" too?
Sure.
I gotta move too because I'm gonna run out of batteries soon.
You got to move to get a better view, Mary Ellen. You know that's not how cameras
She's
work.
saying batteries. What?
Yeah, she's running out of batteries soon.
Sex toys again?
No, the computer. I'm running.
She's taking her computer outside.
I call it juice. And the kids go, I go, you need more juice in the computer. They're like, juice. Oh, look at you with that headshot. You are,
That's my original. That was my original thing. That's what Charlie did. And I was so proud when this made it up on the wall at Periwinkle's because you knew you were an official Periwinkle's comic.
Yep.
When Charlie made a caricature of
like
you and put it up on the wall.
You were a made man at that point.
And Mike, honestly, if people didn't realize, like if they saw a picture of Judah Friedlander, they would have thought it was Mike. Because Mike's thing was the trucker hat with the long hair coming out and going, ah! Yeah, it was totally, that was your headshot.
Dude, I remember that was my headshot. I remember where I took the headshot in Florida. But you're right. Charlie did it, and I was like, I really was like, and then when he did it, he would give you a copy of it. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Right. Listen, I didn't just send my actual headshot to ABC photo lithographs. I sent this.
65.
Remember that? $100 for 100 or 500.
You get the box with the ABC, stack of them.
Yes.
ABC photos.
That was that.
Sending them out through the.
Okay, ready? Watch this.
Yeah. He's gonna go. Yeah, you didn't. You had to send them out. Like if you wanted to try and play at a new club, you had to send them out with your headshot and your VCR tape.
And your bio.
And your bio. And the funny thing is, my very first tape. Do you know who did my very first tape?
Who?
Have you ever watched Caught on Providence with Judge Caprio?
Of course.
Did Judge Caprio do you?
No, Judge Caprio's brother Joe is a videographer. He actually films Judge Caprio's show. Joe Caprio did my original tape.
Well, it was Cal Verducci that helped me.
Prism never fails.
Cal Verducci helped me with my press kit when I started. And he hooked me up with a photographer that took my photo. He said, look at the photo, the barbarian.
Oh, yeah. That's what I put as a thumbnail for tonight.
Yeah, that's
a great photo.
ABC photo?
Yeah, ABC photo. Still in the shrink wrap.
Useless.
Right. I know. It's crazy. I remember living in Boston. And there was a company that would take it would go in your DVD drive, but it was the size of a business card, and it was the shape of a business card, but it had a hole in the middle, and it would go into your DVD drive, and it would have all of your information on it. It was like a digital business card.
Oh, cool.
You could download a video, like you could rip like a video clip, an audio clip. Headshot photos. I thought it was the greatest thing, but this was before like websites and the internet. And I'm like, I'm going to do that. Thank God I didn't, because I would have lost a shit ton of money on it.
Buddy, do you imagine, all of us, how easy it is now to be a comedian?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Kid, you had to drive somewhere, or you had to send somebody a tape, a fucking tape, like an audio tape, or a videotape. Where were you going to get a videotape in like 1989?
In my basement, I still have a double VCR so that I could make copies of my set that I would send to people. You know, I put the tape in and record on the other side to send out. And then I had my stack of ABC photo headshots, and then run off the copies of my resume that to put together my pack and send out. You know, all the time whenever you'd send out something new to somebody. Ace has got a big box over here.
Dude, everything I have online is on Google Docs. Like people say, send me this. I go to one place, Google Docs. It's 9 pages. It's everything possible about me. All my fucking pictures. Ready? Click, click, done. In 1 second, they have everything they could possibly need. It's nuts.
Or have you ever had anybody contact you after they've already looked at some of your videos, pictures, and everything like that? Oh, I saw your stuff. They've already looked.
Yeah.
They've seen it, the links to your Facebook page or through your website or something.
Mikey, see that big box I just pulled out?
Yep.
That and one other box are in that closet right there, full of my actual fucking CD shrink wrap, because I bought 1,000 fucking copies, because I thought it was hot shit, because I sold out of 100 copies, the initial printing. I sold out within no time, and then so I was like, oh, I must need 1,000. So I printed out 1,000, and there they are, and now you can get it on fucking Amazon, YouTube,
it's on
iTunes, it's on Pandora.
You don't even have to buy it. Just go on Pandora and listen to it.
But the only thing I would ask is, if you do go on Pandora, start an Ace Aceto comedy station so that I at least get some fucking residuals, because I'm sitting on a fucking probably 800 of these goddamn things.
Do you not sell them at your shows?
I used to, but no one. People are like, oh yeah, I don't even have a CD.
Mike, newer cars don't come with CD players.
Yeah.
You know,
newer cars.
I understand.
You know what I should
don't have them.
I should literally just give these away and beg people for Patreon money.
Yep.
Something like that.
I hate to say it's true, but it's true, because you're right. Who's going to buy a CD?
No one. You know, I sign them and everything, but it doesn't matter.
Throw them at your car.
Throw on the floor. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
How much do you guys ever try to sell anything? Because I'm not good at it, but I've had like 4 or 5 products over the years that are still oddly, like, I'll see my kids walk by in like a Barbarian T-shirt.
Yeah. Where'd you get that? I found it in the laundry.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when that didn't go. I broke even on that one. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That's why
I'm afraid to sell T-shirts. But you know what? Chris Tabb is like the master of selling his DVD.
When I worked with him at City Steam in Hartford, that guy would sell out of his DVDs.
Yeah.
But his DVDs weren't just him live. Cal Verducci does T-shirts.
Yep.
And he sells out of those T-shirts. Sells tons of them.
If you have a good product, it's just weird for me. I'm very uncomfortable doing it.
Me too.
And it's not really a Boston. It's not a Massachusetts or
no. You don't see it a lot.
Mary Ellen, when we go down to Florida, you got to sell shit.
I'm going to sell jewelry.
Yeah,
jewelry.
So associated with your show, a T-shirt or
it's got to be a tie-in with a joke or a theme or something.
Some slogan or something like that. I have those little koozies that say, it's 9 a.m. somewhere.
Yeah.
I always got rid of those. You know what I mean?
Mary Ellen, you know what you should sell, Mary Ellen? Butterscotch candy.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's say Ace's grandma on the wrapper.
Ace's grandma on the wrapper. Butterscotch candy. That's what you need to sell. And mothball packets.
Ace is on this grandma thing like white on fucking.
He's all over it.
He's not missing a fucking pitch, kid.
No. Look at him. Like a starving man on a Christmas ham.
I got a 3-prong approach for you. You do the butterscotch candies, the mothball packets, and tapioca pudding boxes. Mary Ellen,
It's a winner.
Tapioca pudding, you will fucking sell out. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, you know what? You can net sweaters for cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna bring a big, those big barrels that they have. I'm gonna drag a big barrel across the stage, and on it's gonna say "tips for school."
Yeah, there you go.
Everywhere you go, they got tip. Everywhere you go is a tip jar. I'm gonna have just gonna drag it across the stage and go, "This is in case, tips, so I can go to college." I once owned a Steve. Who wrote that?
One of our listeners goes, I once owned a Steve Martin T-shirt, wore it while I was in college. My other tees were basically those featuring Yes and Led Zeppelin.
I remember those.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we all have T-shirts for sale, Gemini Scribe 68. So we'll get that up on the link or the show notes.
I don't have a T-shirt. Oh,
No.
Live? Well, people are watching this?
Yes, people are watching this shit. Oh, I love it.
She's like, oy vey, vada shunda. She goes, she's practicing for retirement.
Wait, she goes, I'd wear an Acement tee, maybe.
Oh,
Nice.
We may have to send one. We're going to send one. Gemini Scribe 68.
She's
We're gonna
probably a
sit-
girl.
Of course she is.
Well, I don't
We're gonna send you an Aceman T-shirt, absolutely, just like this
Nice.
one, live from the Aceman. Well, listen, guys, I can't believe we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. This has been so
Seriously?
much fun.
We love each other.
We do love each other, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to be on.
yeah,
honestly.
definitely. Miss you guys.
It
Miss you
really-
guys a lot.
It really means a lot to have you guys on and just talk about how comedy's coming back and Mary Ellen's moved.
Tommy's
and
coming back?
What I've heard.
comedy is coming back, believe it or not. No one's told you,
As
Mary
soon as
Ellen.
you move Mary Ellen, it's coming back.
Oh, yeah, we got a ton
waiting
of-
for you to leave. That's all.
We got a ton of shows coming after October when you
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Once you're gone, boom.
No, I booked Mary Ellen on a show with me. Actually, it's funny you bring up Jim Collidan because it's going to be me, Jim Collidan.
Oh, is that the
Mary
show
Ellen.
we talked about?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a killer.
That's going to be an awesome show.
Nice.
When is that? Which one is that?
I don't know. I'll give you. I know. She'll already be like, oh yeah, I can't do that. I'm moving the week before.
No,
I don't
I'm
have-
not leaving officially. My show, I think Mike Murray's doing my show. It's going to be a Sunday, it's like September 25th. I have a wedding
Okay.
October 2nd. And then I have the Laughter and Hope show October 6th. So I'll be gone by October 8th. That's my goal, is to be down there.
Oh, the show I had you on was the 16th. I'm sorry.
Of October?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I am doing that one.
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I'm
Because if I'm
kidding.
booked, I'm already booked. I'm not booking anything after that. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Mike, what do you got coming up so we can promote it for you? Anything?
Well, I got some shows coming up at the Lap Boston people. If you go to, I think, johntobinpresents.com. I think I'm also going to be at, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, too. You can go to Giggle's website. I'm going to be there next month.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. You know what? Just go to my website, which I don't have up right now.
Okay.
So if you want to see a blank
Let's be honest,
page,
man, I went, I don't think I need to spend $50 a month with no comedy. So
do you post your dates on your Facebook page?
whenever I'm doing anything, yeah, you'll see the link. Yeah, go to my Facebook page and Boston Barbarian Sports. That'd be the best place to follow me.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you get to see his videos once football season starts. So
Absolutely.
it's a win-win.
The Red Sox wons and the Pats are starting, baby. I'm starting to get
Yeah.
psyched.
It's a perfect time to start following Mike.
Yeah.
You're going to see some
definitely.
great videos, and you get to see where he's going to perform. And I've had Mike on a few different shows in my area. I've got to perform with Mike. I know you have several times.
Yeah.
We all have. Mike is definitely a must-see. Put him on your bucket list if you haven't seen him. Got to go see a show with Mike McCarthy.
And if you happen to be listening in Florida, you got to check out Mary Ellen when she gets to Homosassa in Florida
Yes.
or wherever the fuck that is.
Quickly finish your tapioca and get to the show.
Yes. Get to the show. They'll start at 4:45 p.m.
Right after dinner.
right after the key lime pie comes out.
Right after the 3 o'clock dinner special. Get to the show with Mary Ellen.
She'll be killing on the senior circuit.
She'll be selling jewelry and tapioca.
Yes. No, listen.
Hey, we'll see you guys later, man. Thanks for being here.
Mike. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Mike,
All
I
right.
need you out. Bye,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you.
Bye, Mary Ellen.
Oh, leave studio.
Yeah, I'm removing you.
Oh my
that was so much
God.
fun. This, you know what? We didn't know what tonight was going to turn into, and it was so much fun.
You know what? I love when we don't have a plan sometimes, and we just
Yeah, right.
go with the flow.
I mean, we
and
tried.
we get to chat.
In all fairness, we tried to have a plan. Okay.
Not that we
just-
don't have a plan, but when we have a guest on that we haven't talked to before, a comedian that we're trying to get to know, obviously
Yeah.
we're talking about them and their career and where they've gone. So there's somewhat of a pattern to it. When we have friends on, it's more of
it's just
a conversation
hang.
and a hangout, and those are so fun. Especially, I mean, I haven't seen Mike in over a year.
I want to get Mike back on live in the Acement
I
because we had so much fun with him.
long. So
Yeah.
it's so good to see him again. So
And it's easy to entice him with beer. That's the cool thing.
yeah, it doesn't take a lot to entice
No,
him.
no.
Maybe a little food, but definitely beer is always a good help. So.
Definitely beer. And to our friend Mary Ellen, who's going to be moving to Florida. Listen, if you're listening in Florida, you got to go see Mary Ellen when she gets down
She
there.
is such a funny comic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a funny comic. So
This was so much fun.
and you know, I believe Gemini Scribe, if I may be wrong, is our friend Robin.
Yes,
Who
I believe
follows
it
us.
is. Yes.
And you know what?
We're going to send her a t-shirt.
Yes.
Right?
She has been a very loyal fan. She's been following along. You know, she messages us. She has been great. Robin, message me.
She goes, yes.
You message me.
Private message Scott.
You know,
and he'll
as
get
you have been, and I am going to get you a Behind the Funny Live from the Acement t-shirt.
Yes, absolutely. I think Robin is one of our most.
She's earned it.
One of our most loyal fans, and
She's
we
earned
love
it.
her for it. And she enjoys it, and she shared it with friends,
Yes.
and she's told people about us. She gave us a great 5-star written review. So, so thank you, Robin. We really appreciate it. We'll send you that t-shirt.
Definitely.
And so hey,
And that's why
Oh.
5-star reviews help out. One, they help out the podcast. So a 5-star written review.
Robin just said, should I be afraid to send you my address? No, we're from New England. We don't fucking leave our state.
Yeah.
So don't worry. We know you live way out west.
Ace
now.
is from Rhode Island, a state that if you drive 10 minutes in any direction, you're out of the state.
Yeah,
and he
don't
doesn't
worry.
leave.
You're safe.
So you're safe.
You're safe.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, please, if you guys want to help out the podcast, a huge help for us
Yeah.
is a 5-star written review. Couple of sentences. Many of you have helped us out with that, and
Absolutely.
it really helps with the charts and the algorithms
We
and
are
everything.
on. We are on track this month to beat last month, and last month was the highest downloaded month we've ever had.
We
already beat that.
Yes.
Holy shit! And we're only on
Today's the 28th.
the 28th. Holy shit! That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll tell me the numbers after we get off. But no, we really appreciate the 5-star written reviews. We appreciate our friends at Jefferson's Bourbon. And listen, we really appreciate everyone who tells a friend, because every month we are growing exponentially, and it's just awesome. You know,
Yeah,
the
no.
more people that are listening to us and enjoying it. And again, even if, you know, I've said it through the years that we've been doing the podcast, you know, sometimes we have people that are well known. Sometimes we have people that aren't. It doesn't matter. Comics are storytellers. And if you enjoy funny stories, it doesn't matter if they're a famous person, non-famous person, they're going to be telling funny stories. And that's what we
Absolutely.
try and get out of our guests.
And
So,
every comic started the same.
exactly.
They all started the same
Yeah.
with a drive to make people laugh. And they walked up on a stage one night to give it a try, and something told them that they needed to do this.
Yeah,
And they just kept doing it.
exactly.
And whether you know their name or you don't, that same thing happened to every single one of them.
Yeah.
And we love hearing those stories. So, and obviously you guys do too. That's why you keep tuning in every week, keep downloading, and we appreciate it so very much.
And so other than that, we've got a great lineup coming up through the rest of August. I know this past couple of weeks we had this was a weird couple of weeks, but
it was
we've
fun.
got some solid guests coming up. I mean, next week, So our buddy Jack Lynch, who had a rough day and wasn't able to get on last week, is actually going to be on next week. The week after that, we have Rob Bartlett.
No, actually, Paul Bond.
Paul Bond the week after that.
Who has toured with Jim Brewer, and was his guitar player and great guy. I've been able to work with him several times. And then after that,
yes, we have Rob Bartlett, who used to be on the Imus in the morning show and is one of the funniest guys I've ever seen. I'm so excited to have him on. A huge thanks to our guest Richie Byrne for reaching out to Rob and getting him on. And then the week after that, the last week of August, we're gonna have our buddy Rockin' Joe Hebert, who hasn't been on in a while, but he's gonna be talking about the Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And an upcoming induction where even if you're not from Rhode Island, you probably know this person. Because he had a massive radio hit back in it was probably the late 80s.
Was it that long ago? I thought, maybe
it was early 90s.
It was at least 20 years.
It might have been early 90s, but a guy named Bobby Brajol, who had a couple of hits called Chooch to Gooch.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a hilarious dance video that's on YouTube. And I can't remember the first song that he came out with, but it was a huge radio.
It was the Christmas one.
Was it the Christmas one? Italian Christmas or something
I thought it was
that?
the Italian Christmas one.
But
either way,
a very, very funny guy, and we'd love to eventually get him on here as well.
We will.
But we're going to have Joe come on and talk a little bit about Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame, some of the upcoming inductees like Bobby Brajol,
and some of the previous ones.
And some of the previous ones, as well as some
Which
of the
I'm
shows.
sitting next to one.
Well, yes, and some of the thank you, and some of the upcoming shows that they have, because they also produce shows.
Yep,
so they basically take Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame comics and put them on shows for people, and they have a couple of them coming up. So we're gonna have Joe on at the end of the month, and then September will be great, and then October. I don't want to give it all away, but October is shaping up to be an amazing month of shows.
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far.
Yeah, I know, because Scott's going to get the piss scared out of him, which is even better. So it'll be a lot of fun in October. We've got some amazing guests coming up then, and other than that, all I can say is we will see you
next week.